yes, you can talk about giving the remaining yellow card in that on that tackle, but I didn't really see a foul. But yellow card, that was going too far. But that's not the reason why Tottenham scored, because Arsenal refused to. They didn't defend well. They didn't defend the first ball. They didn't defend the second ball, and that's the reason why the goal was scored. So I don't think it was a referee issue. Arsenal need to now go back, reset, and get their mind back to business, to how they have been doing it so far the last 10 games that they have played. Yeah, this game today, it always looked like there was something in it for Sunderland, and they go. Transit Sports TV, Sunderland 2 at the Stadium of Light, Arsenal 2. At some point, Arsenal was always going to lose the games. At some point, they were always going to concede shots on target. And obviously, at some point, they are going to drop points. Having played 10 straight games, winning 10 straight games, and 8 clean sheets in the last 4 games before today, considering 3 games, considering just 1 shot on target. The question was who is going to score against Arsenal, and who else did it? The team so far of the season, the dark horse of the season so far, Sunderland, scoring to 2 today with just 2 shots on target. And there are going to be questions asked about the Arsenal defense. So much noise has been made about so far this season. Yeah, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. And most importantly, let me know what you think about this one, going from the signs of past behaviors to some level of tactical indiscipline today. And obviously, Sunderland continue to be the team they have been so far this season. Let's break this one down quickly. First one, you could see today when Arsenal started this game, I don't know what it was. You're not going to call it complacency. I'm going to call it lack of confidence. Arsenal didn't start this game strongly today in any way. They were a little bit lethargic. It looked like they were sizing Sunderland out. And Sunderland obviously have been doing well. Obviously, you know, the result against Chelsea. And it was difficult for Arsenal to get going. They didn't really get going in the first half until Sunderland scored, and they just managed to see the first half off. Second half, the Arsenal have been seeing this season came in, and they got their early equalizer and went ahead with a very superlative goal from Trossard today. And what did Arsenal do to get this goal? They started to play with more intensity, be more intentional, and start taking up positions, you know, behind the midfield of Sunderland and open up Sunderland up, move the ball quicker, and there were spaces all of a sudden in that Sunderland low block. So you begin to wonder what happened in the first half, and this is the attitude, these are the behavior that affected Arsenal in the past few seasons that they've not won the league. So I would like to call it the first test in the last 10 games, or some had just dropped their standards today in the beginning of that game and gave Sunderland some level of confidence, and that was how we got the game we had in our hand. It became very interesting. Then Arsenal goes 2-1 up and went back to, they started playing low blocks, understandably. Arteta made the substitution of removing Eze and bringing in Mosquera. For me, it felt dodgy, because as you know that Sunderland is going to come out, yes, but they don't have the quality to put Arsenal under that kind of pressure. I didn't think so. And removing Eze gave Sunderland some level of confidence and space to attack Arsenal, and they started playing their long balls and press Arsenal back. But for me, what really made Arsenal lose this game today was tactical indiscipline. And I'm going to talk about Declan Rice and Mikel Merino. This second goal came into the stoppage time when Declan Rice tried to break through with Mourinho. I didn't think he should do that. And once he did that and lost possession of that game, Sunderland recovered it. And by this time, 3 Arsenal players were now behind the ball, and Sunderland had that space to put together a couple of passes and dropped the cross that resulted to the goal. So for me, as an Arsenal fan, I feel that this Arsenal needed this shake, because, you know, at some point you are playing to keep the stats, to keep the records. So now that they have lost this game, I think they will reset. And this is why it's good to have the gap they have between them and the team on the second position. Even if City or Liverpool win tomorrow, they still have that cushion and to reset themselves and going. But then, unfortunately, after the transfer in the international break, they have strong games coming up. So now they know that the business has started. And so, like I said, I believe this was tactical indiscipline that cost Arsenal these points today. This is something I blame Liverpool about. You don't create that gap in that midfield. And if I want to also point finger at any player, I will also talk about David Raya. I think sometimes he plays a little bit erratic, and in that goal, one would have expected the Raya to stick out his hand and obstruct the flow of that pass. But somehow, Raya, I don't know, that mix up between him and Gabriel there, I don't know what they're contesting about. They're talking about a foul. I didn't see that. On the first goal, some Arsenal fans, I've been hearing some noise on the social media talking about the referee. I didn't see. Yes, you can talk about giving the remaining yellow card on that tackle, but I didn't really see a foul. But yellow card, that was going too far. But that's not the reason why Tottenham scored, because Arsenal refused to. They didn't defend well. They didn't defend the first ball. They didn't defend the second ball, and that's the reason why the goal was scored. So I don't think it was a referee issue. Arsenal need to now go back, reset, and get their mind back to business, to how they have been doing it so far the last 10 games that they have played. Yeah, this game today, it always looked like there was something in it for Sunderland, and they got their 1 point. So we move to the next games, and this is how I saw the game. It was more tactical indiscipline, a dodgy substitution from Mikel Arteta, and obviously Sunderland as well, doing what they have been doing so far this season. So let me know what you think. What's your take on this game today? What do you think is the reason why Arsenal considered 2 shots and 2 goals, spoiling their winning streak, ending their clean sheet record? At least they still had the club clean sheet record intact. So we go to the next one, and I'll see you again next time. Ciao.